ultrasound room, just waiting for them to look at the pictures. Got goo all over me. This one's falling asleep, he's so tired. And yeah, just waiting to see if everything is good to go for me. And if it is, then we're gonna meet with the team and we're gonna have the surgery. So nervous. God is definitely doing something, you know. I felt in my heart that this was gonna be my last goodbye to everyone. And I mean, some of you may be like, wow, why would she think like that? That's so negative. But in my heart, I felt like that's it, no more. Like, once the surgery happened, something bad was gonna happen. But I had so much faith, and I still have so much faith in God, that I didn't let that discourage me. And I just put all my faith in God that He would protect me and that He would keep me safe. And leaving my apartment yesterday, in my house yesterday, I looked in the mirror and was so scared and sad, and I said, I didn't even say anything. I looked in the mirror and I heard a voice. I heard a voice and it said, it's not your time. And in my head I said, okay, I'm gonna be okay during the surgery. I'm gonna be okay. I'm not gonna die. Because that was my fear, that I was going to die or something bad was gonna happen to me. And that Sunday where everyone came over wishing us luck, I hugged every single one of those people like it was my last hug. So just knowing that God really protects me, it's so crazy. His plans, His journeys that He has set out for us is just so crazy. So right now I should be in recovery from surgery, but unfortunately yesterday during pre-op I got denied, which is kind of like a shock because I was approved for surgery. During our pre-op we had an ultrasound, and for some reason they kept looking at the placenta, and I wasn't sure why they kept looking at that. I kind of just figured it's just a procedure, but then the doctors came in, right, all of them, they all looked like what's going on, and they looked scared, and they asked me, are you feeling pain? Are you feeling contractions? Are you bleeding? And I said no. And they were like, you don't have any abdominal pains? You touch your stomach, it doesn't hurt? And I said no, nothing hurts me. And one of the surgeons said the reason why is because we have a very big concern. And they pulled up the placenta on the computer. They put the ultrasound on the machine on my belly. And they said, do you see this hole right here? And I said, yes. She said, this is the placenta. She has this hole right here. Do you see how there's a spiral fluid? Swirls. And I said, yeah. She said, that's blood. And I said, blood? And I don't really know much, so I'm like, okay, blood in my placenta? I don't get it. She said, there should be no blood in your placenta, and you have blood in your placenta. She explained how that's very hazardous, and that's not okay. If they proceed with surgery and they start moving things around and they open me up, I have a very high chance of bleeding to death and or having really, really bad complications. So they refused to give me the surgery. And I think, Brian, you're on the same page with me. We're not upset, but we're kind of like, emotions are a little bit kind of like confused. I am on bed rest though. I can't go anywhere. I have to be near the hospital because that's where I want to deliver her. Due to the fact that the placenta has blood, now they're telling me that Riley can come any day now, which is so scary because she's only 25 weeks. She's 25 and 6 days today. So 25 and 5 days today. So it just kind of freaks me out because she's not physically ready to come out, and all the complications that they said she can have, it really freaks me out. But one of the ladies, Kathy, she said, you know, think of it this way. If the baby was 18 weeks, there's nothing we can do for her. But your daughter is 25 weeks. And if she was to come out, we can try everything possible to make sure that we save her, right? And she has a chance, and they'll put her in the NICU. So like I said, right now I'm on bed rest. I'll be on bed rest until she arrives, being that they think that she'll be coming any second now. They have me constantly checking to see if I'm bleeding or if there's any, you know, I'm leaking or anything of that sort. They gave me a phone number and a card to call so that they can be prepared for me to come in, because they're ready. They're waiting for a call from us. So I'm just praying that the placenta right now stays where it's at. It doesn't grow, or it just vanishes. That blood just vanishes. Like in the name of God, I just pray that that just goes away. The reason why they have me on bed rest is because if the placenta was to erupt right now, I'll be in
critical condition.
Yeah. So, and that affects Riley too. So it's frustrating because it's like complication after complication. You know, we thought this could be a solution for her. But I take it as God is doing something. Before we actually went into surgery, I felt in my heart that something bad was going to happen. I'm sorry, before we went to CHOP, I felt that something bad was going to happen. And I didn't tell anyone because I didn't want to fear anyone. And I just didn't want to, I kept it to myself. So I even told you that night, right? I was like, babe, I love you. I want you to know that I love you. And if anything happens to me, just know that, you know, always keep fighting and stay strong. And you got mad at me, right? You're like, don't talk like that. And I was like, no, I'm just saying. But it was because I felt something in my heart was not good. And I feel like God, you know, like he saved me, because if they didn't find this, I could have been gone right now. I think the enemy just wants me to kind of give up and say, I'm done, right? He just wants us to give up and just be like, we're not doing this anymore. But I'm not giving up. I can't give up. She's not giving up. She moved today a lot, and she moved a lot yesterday. So I feel like she keeps giving me signs like, don't give up on me, mommy, I'm here. Right? And yesterday when they did the ultrasound, she like punched.
Yeah, she punched the device.
Yeah. And you saw her hand, she put her hand, she's like, get away from me. So, yeah. So no surgery. I've been denied. On bed rest. In Philly. Until she comes. And just pray that she keeps fighting in there and doesn't come anytime soon. That she just keeps cooking. And I want to thank those who are putting the time aside to really be there for us. You know, our 10 o'clock call, we have, you know, it's been small, but the people that are there have been there consistent since day one. And I just find that so amazing. And even if they don't say anything on the phone, like, they're just there because they have so much faith that everything is going to be okay. I also, I want to thank, I'm not going to mention their names, but I want to thank a friend of my mom's who is letting us stay in an apartment that she has out here in Philly. I think it's in Philly or maybe outside of Philly, but she has an apartment that no one's in it, and she's actually going to let us stay there. And, you know, God is so good, because one of our worries was, how are we going to pay for living?
We just paid $200 for just 2 nights in a hotel.
Yeah, I mean, compared to what a lot of hotels are, it's not bad. But could you think about, like, it would be like we're paying rent if we stood in this hotel every day. And there's no passable way. And this is outside of Philly.
Yeah, we're in the middle of nowhere.
We're in the middle of nowhere because the hotel in Philly was like $400 a night.
Yeah, the one right next to the hospital is $400 a night.
So we just want to thank, you know who you are if you're watching this. We want to thank you so much because from the bottom of our heart, that it's such a blessing to know that you're gonna let us stay in the apartment until Ronald McDonald Charity Home has a room for us. It's such a blessing. Thank you, because with the medical bills and now everything that's happening, now I have to, you know, make sure that I'm prepared for her to come. You know, I thought I had more time, and now it's like, nope, she's gonna be here soon. So thank you. God is always there for you. And if we're going through this right now and we don't lose faith in him, you should, you know, not lose faith in him either, because he's definitely guiding you and bringing you into a new chapter in your life. That's what I always say, right? I feel like this is our book. You're reading our book through video. And I feel like we have a new chapter every like 10 pages. You know, when there's like a new chapter should be like every 40 pages. No, ours is every 10 pages because there's always a new complication or a curveball that gets thrown at us. But you gotta just
keep moving forward. Keep moving forward.
Keep moving forward. Yeah, roll with the punches and trust in God that he has everything under control. God bless, guys, and just keep praying for us and pray for Riley more than ever, to, you know, today, tomorrow, and until she gets here. God bless.